What is going on, YouTube? This is Lawrence over at Mighty Comics Collectibles, and we are back with another video. You guys know what day it is. We are here for the Hot 10 Comics of the Week, the breakdown. If you guys aren't familiar with this video, I take the 10 smoking hot comics according to the Key Collector app, and I break them down one by one, letting you guys know if I be buying here at these prices, or if I be staying away, or possibly even selling. Before we get into the list, like we always do, I'm going to ask you guys, if you are not a current subscriber of the channel, I want you to go ahead and click that subscribe button for me. I want you to smash that like button if you've been digging this video, because it really does help the channel out. And of course, I want you to turn on a notification bell, because it lets you guys know when I post new videos. With that said, guys, we're going to jump right in here at number 10. It is a monster blue chip key. It is a copy of Daredevil #1, the first appearance of Matt Murdock and Daredevil. You guys know I'm a big proponent of this book, and it's CGC 9.2. Just sold last week for $42,000, up 40% since last June. You guys know I own 3 copies of this book right now. I'm actually trying to sell one of them right now, but the market has come in a little bit. I don't mind holding these books forever. I just want a little bit of cash in my pocket in case I want to buy another book. Regardless, guys, you guys know I am always a buyer of this book. Like I always say, this book still has a lot of room to go in the future. It's not at the level that a Hulk 1 is at, a Tales of Suspense 39 is at, or even a Journey into Mystery number 83. This book will continue to go up in the long term, and it is a great investment. Buy one right now, guys. At number 9 this week is a copy of Tumor Dracula #10, the first appearance of Blade. You guys know Blade is coming to the MCU. It's already been announced. We heard his voice at the end of the Eternals. And with that said, guys, we haven't heard much about this book at all over the past 3 or 4 months on the Hot 10 list. Now, it's back on it, and it's CGC 7.5. Just sold last week for $3,030, up 21% since April. Has this book been forgotten about until now? I'm not sure. Regardless, yes, 100%. I'm still buying this bad boy right now. I actually only own 1 copy of this book right now. Actually, it's like a 5.0 signed by Marv Wolfman. I would definitely love to add another to collection before we see Blade in the MCU. At number 8 this week is Batman number 251 and this classic Joker cover by Neil Adams. I know classic covers don't appreciate as much as first appearances do. I've got a lot of comments over the years about that on my videos. Regardless, this is one of my favorite all-time covers. A classic Batman Joker cover. It does not get any better than that. And it's CGC 5.0. Just sold last week for $600, up 20% since June, believe it or not. The great thing about these classic covers books are they are still affordable to most of the people out there. That's right, it does not get much better than this in the classic cover department. If you're a Batman fan, and especially a Neil Adams fan, this is a must-have and 100% a buy for me, guys. At number 7 this week is a copy of Avengers number 62, the first appearance of M'Baku. Now, this book has been on the list before, about a few months back, when we first heard that the new Black Panther may be M'Baku. I'm not too sure if that's actually going to happen or not, but either way, it's back on the list right now, and it's CGC 8.5. Just sold last week for $679, and believe it or not, that actually tied the previous record at a CGC 8.5. So we didn't get a new record on this one, but it doesn't matter. It tied the last time it was sold at that high for the record. Am I a buyer of this book right now? I'm going to say I'm not. I have no idea who's going to be the new Black Panther. There are rumors out there that it could be M'Baku, it could be Shuri. I have no idea, guys. To me, this is not a big enough key to spend almost $700 for going forward. Again, it's a nice high-grade book at an 8.5, but you do not want to shell out that type of money. What happens if he doesn't become the new Black Panther? Then what? Is this book going to go right back down? I'm staying away, and if you want to pick up this book after that movie comes out, be my guest. But for now, it's a no-go. At number 6 this week is a copy of X-Men number 6, the first time Namor is confirmed to be a mutant. Now, this is an important key in the X-Men universe, in the Namor universe, and you guys know that there's a monster rumor out there that he's going to appear in the Black Panther 2 movie. Remains to be seen. I hope he does show up. There are a little bit hints here and there. There was a hint in the Moon Knight series as well, so if you're not watching that, make sure you get caught up. Regardless, a CGC 2.5. Just sold last week for $350, up 29% since December. That is a big jump in just over a couple of months. I'm not looking to buy this book right now. I'm not going to be honest. Yes, he's revealed to be a mutant. I'm not sure if that's how they're going to bring the mutants into the MCU. So to me, I'm kind of staying away. It's not a lot of money. $350 for a 2.5. It's not that bad. I don't want to spec on this type of thing, right? I don't know how they're going to introduce the mutants. Even if he does come, I'd rather own like a Fantastic Four number 4 or a Submariner number 1. To me, those are better keys to own over this one. So I am staying away. At number 5 this week is another Silver Age classic and copy of Incredible Hulk number 6. One of the scarcest issues of that first 6-issue run for the Incredible Hulk. And believe it or not, it's also the first appearance of the Teen Brigade. But I don't think that's why anybody's buying it, but what do I know? Now, a CGC 3.0 just sold last week for $999, tying another previous record for a 3.0 in this grade. So that's 2 books so far, guys. We haven't gotten a new, price hike. It's tied a previous high. It's okay. Listen, these 1 through 6 Hulk books are extremely rare. So if you want to find them and you want to collect them, be my guest. They're always worth money. To me, it's such an expensive task and a tedious task to try to find these books. I'd rather not spend $1,000 on this issue or the other 4 issues outside of Incredible Hulk number 1. A case can be made for Incredible Hulk number 2 because it's the first time he's seen as a Green Hulk. Regardless, I'm not spending the $1,000 here on this issue. I'd rather put that toward a first appearance book. But hey, if you're a completist and you want to collect the first 6 issues of the Incredible Hulk, go right ahead. Be my guest. I won't stop you guys. At number 4 on the list this week is a copy of Batman number 189, the first Silver Age appearance of the Scarecrow. I can't tell you how much these Silver Age first appearance villains have gone up over the past couple of years. They've really shot to the moon. Regardless, a CGC 4.0 just sold last week for $425, up 10% since July. Now, like I said, they have come up so much over the past year and a half, it makes it hard to buy at these prices. But there are no more classic villains they're out there than, of course, the Batman villains, right? All the ones are classics. So if you can afford a first silver appearance of these villains, I'm saying go ahead, spend the money, add them to your collection. The Riddler, the Penguin, the Joker, Catwoman, and of course the Scarecrow, and I'm missing probably a few more in there, Poison Ivy. Those classic villains I'd always be buying at these prices. They're too important not to own copies of this book, and it's still for $4.40 for $4.25 for a Silver Age key. I'm all over it, guys. At number 3 this week is another blue chip monster key. It is a copy of Strange Tales number 110, the first appearance of Doctor Strange. It's also the first appearance of Wong, by the way. And a CGC 3.0 just sold last week for $4,000, up a measly 3% since November. Now, while this book has gone up over the past year, it is nowhere near where it should be for such a monster first appearance in Doctor Strange. Now, we know Doctor Strange 169 has been on the list. Doctor Strange number 1 on the second series has been on the list, but this one hasn't been on in quite some time. To me, I am all over this book, and if you can get a 3.0 copy for around $4,000, I'm all over it. Even at a 2.0 or a 2.5, I'm pulling the trigger on this book because this is way behind some of the other big keys like the Daredevil 1 like I was talking about before. It's nowhere near, the Iron Man, the Thors, the Spider-Mans, the bigger Incredible Hulks. The big keys like that, it's nowhere near it. I'm not sure if it's because of the cover. The cover on these Strange Tales books are not the greatest. Regardless, I want to own this book for the first appearance of Doctor Strange. And if you can afford it, you better jump on it while you can. At number 2 this week is a book that hasn't been on this list at all either. It's a copy of The Crow, number 1, the second appearance of The Crow. And this book is also a really scarce book, guys, believe it or not. A CGC 9.0. Just sold last week for $525, up 150% since 2020. I know it's been almost 2 years since we got a last 9.0 sale. Regardless, this book is still cheap. It's the second appearance of The Crow. There are people out there in the community say they should never remake that movie. But I'm saying go ahead and remake it. They need to do something with this character. It's such an awesome character. I'd love to see it on the screen. You're right. It may not be as good as the first one, but at least we get some new Crow stuff out there, right? Again, the first appearance is ultra hard to find. This book, the second appearance, is still ultra hard to find, and there are other printings of it, so make sure you buy the first print. I'm not a fan of buying the second print, third print, unless you guys are super Crow fans. But yes, I'm 100% a buyer of the second appearance of The Crow. And at the top spot this week is a book that's been all over this list for the past 3 or 4 months. It is a copy of Doctor Strange number 169, the first solo title from Doctor Strange when it heads over from Strange Tales. And this, as I say always, is the better cover of the two, and a CGC 7.0. Recently sold last week for $900, up 12% since March. So this book is still climbing, guys. It's still going up. When I first started talking about this book, I said I wanted to own it in a 6.0 or higher. This book right now for a 7.0 is almost at $1,000. To me, I think that's too much money to spend on this first solo title of Doctor Strange. I'd rather add another $2,000 and buy a 2.0 copy of Strange Tales number 110. So I'll flip it on this book. I think it's gone too fast, too far, in too little a time. Don't buy that high grade unless you can get a deal. Take that money and go buy a Strange Tales number 110. To me, that is still the better buy. It is still a first appearance, and that's the book I'm after. That's it for the list this week, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I always thank you guys for sticking with me while I run down these 10 books. Now it's time for the best buy of the week, and there are a lot of great books out there to choose from, especially on this list, but I had to go with Strange Tales number 110, the first appearance of Doctor Strange. This book is criminally underpriced still for such a huge character, like I said. So that's what I'd be buying if I had the cash right now. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed a list for me this week. If you haven't checked out my new series, Copper Drop, that's going to be airing on Tuesdays right now, make sure you check out episode 1 and 2 because they've already aired. With that said, guys, this is Lawrence over at Mighty Comics Collectibles saying thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you guys soon.